Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again with yet another mini set card review. We are getting near the end of this 24-hour reveal season. We have all the Priest and Warrior cards reviewed. Both classes not doing a great in standard outside of like Zarimi Priest, Puke. But yeah, we're gonna look at these cards. We'll control Warrior, control Priest, get some help. Maybe. If you want to win these cards, we have a giveaway going on for 3 mini sets. To enter the giveaway, like and comment in the video, link down description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Every 1,000 subs we get until the mini set is unlocked on May 13th, I will add another mini set to that giveaway. So hit that sub button, make me go broke. And as well, we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers for that brand Bronzebeard cosplay. So hit that sub button, make me go Baran. So starting off with the Warrior cards, we have the Keeper of Flame. Not Keeper of the Flame, just Keeper of Flame. A 5-mana 5/5 with Battle Cry. Give all minions in your hand +3/+3. That is a lot. However, they are discarded in 3 turns. So you buff them, you really want to play them, but you got 3 turns to do so. That's a lot. And with all like the hand buff stuff going on in Warrior and double dipping on like taunts and things like that, there is some real potential. We know how good hand buff can be. Currently, like hand buff DK doing really good, and it's got its power spike at 5 mana. And hand buff Paladin was good forever with its power spike like turn 4 with the weapon into other buffs. You don't care about discarding the cards if you play them within 3 turns. So it could be a really powerful card. Remember like that Glowtron, or I can't remember the name of it, the 5-mana hand buff card for Paladin back in the day was pretty good. And it was, I think, just +2/+2. It got buffed from 6 to 5 at one point, and this is just a bunch of stats. So I don't know if it'll make hand buff Warrior work, but it's certainly a card that can absolutely make it happen. And when you don't care about the discard, if you build your deck the right way, it could be really darn good. You just don't want like really expensive minions like the Elemental Taunt, right? The 9-mana one. It'd be nice to hit it with this, but will you get to it to be able to double dip on that? I don't know, but I'm not going to write it off. I think this card could see some play in, yeah, the hand buff Warrior. We'll give it a 3 out of 5 in standard. And then Wild, I'll give it a 2 out of 5. I haven't really seen hand buff Warrior ever work in that format. And like Paladin, for an example, like they don't even do the hand buff stuff that much anymore in Wild. And they're like so much better at it than I think this card probably could be. But yeah, it maybe makes the cut. You never know. But at least in standard, I think it's got a shot. In Wild, probably not. Next, we have a new fire spell for Warrior. Do they have they had any other besides Black Rock and Roll? I don't know. Yeah, Trial by Fire, another fire. What am I talking about? There was a whole Fire Warrior archetype. Man, it's been a lot of reviews, okay? We have Shadow Flame Suffusion. It's a 3-mana spell. Again, fire spell. Deal 3 damage. So that can go face like Bash or whatever. Discover a Warrior minion with a Dark Gift. So you can hit that prior minion and get double Battle Cry or get it for -2 mana, and that could be pretty good. The nice thing about this card is it's a much more narrow pool. Warrior minion, you're more likely to get a more impactful card than you would if a neutral was included. Sometimes there's better neutrals out there, of course, but overall, the quality will be much higher with a Warrior card. And yeah, it could be removal, it could be burst with this card and some value, and maybe it's something you want to set up for that hand buff. Like you get a charge option and then hand buff that up or whatever. It could see some play. It's removal and value. Again, I haven't been sold on a lot of the Dark Gift cards, but the fact it's a Warrior minion helps us out a lot. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 in standard as well. In Wild, absolutely not, because the Warrior minion doesn't mean nearly as much when you have the entire history of Hearthstone minions in there for Warrior, which is a lot of crap. I'll give it a 2 there. But yeah, this one of the more promising Dark Gift cards from this mini set. And well, it goes pretty well with our turtle. I like turtles. Dragon Turtle, a 4-mana 3/6 beast dragon with Battle Cry. If you're holding a minion with a Dark Gift, give your hero +3 attack this turn and 6 armor. That's pretty darn nice, right? You get the attack of the turtle and you get the armor of the health of the turtle. Although if you hand buff this, I don't believe those stats will increase. So it doesn't work that way, but not bad if you're playing a deck that consistently has minions with dark gifts. It's not bad to play a 3/6 with some tempo, some reach, and again, armor gain's always nice, but it feels like probably not consistent enough and something you probably, I just don't feel like it's winning games or like doing enough. Even though if it's active, it's really nice. Like it's a lot of health and attack. It just comes down to how much dark gift stuff am I playing in Warrior? Is it worth it in all this? And it's got different tribes. So you got lots of tribes to work with, like the menagerie stuff going on. I'll give it a 3 because it just does so much for 4 mana if it's active. Like that's a lot of good stuff. But again, what deck is this going to? I don't know, but I like turtles. I'll give it a 3. In wild, I'll give it a 2. So that's the warrior cards, like some promising cards, nothing crazy, but I don't think anything too bad. And then we have priest, which let's see. We have the Spirit of the Keldori, a 2 mana 1/3 undead. I really like the artwork. It has taunt and lifesteal. Battle cry, if you used your hero power this turn, gain +2/+2. So then you got a 3/5 taunt lifesteal. It's Ascension for 2 mana. Pretty good. And this could be something your imbue priest actually discovers, gets it for 0. You just throw out a cheap like taunt lifesteal minion. Not bad. It's not amazing. And imbue priest is so dreadfully bad right now. I don't know if this is going to help elevate it or make it worse because you have another minion in the pool that maybe you don't want to hit. But I don't think it's ever feeling that bad to. It's pretty much always going to be like free when you just after you imbue. It's going to be 1 mana or less. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, maybe it goes into imbue. I don't think this is like an undead synergistic thing, which that's not going on anymore in standard. It's only really in wild, which again, I don't think you're doing there either. I guess you can play this in Shadow Priest and you're using your hero power there. And then I want to play a lifesteal taunt. Nah, probably not. In standard, I'm going to give it a 2 and in standard a 1 in wild. I just feel like these cards typically don't slot in. I feel like if they had like elusive, that might help, but maybe you want to buff this up later on, as we'll see. But yeah, I'm not entirely sold, but it could make the cut. It could be like a 3-star card, but I'm going to lean more towards 2. Next, we have a card that Priest really needs right now, and that's a cheap AoE, and that is Smoldering Ascent, a 2 mana fire spell. Deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. That's not great. However, it's one of these smoldering cards. It upgrades each turn, but discards after 3. So you get either 1, 2, or 3. This one pains me because like a 2 mana 3 AoE is great. That's awesome. However, how often is it going to line up where it's going to be useful for you? This is a bad imbue discover because it's like it goes away right away, right? Like you can only use it that turn. So that's kind of a nerf to your imbue hero power in a way. And AoE is always the most situational style of card in Hearthstone, where when it's at that 3, again, like, is it when I want to use it? Maybe they have no minions and it's gone. It's gone. And Priest really needs this cheap AoE and control, and it's going to be run. People are going to have to play this card because there's like no options outside of like Holy Nova, which is not good enough. I just feel like the fact that it can discard and it's just kind of clunky, and again, a bad imbue, makes me sad. I wish this was just a good AoE and not a conditional one. Still gonna give it a 3 because I think it has to see play if Control Priest is gonna work. It's just gonna, I think it's gonna create some headaches. And in wild, I'll give it a 1 because you have way more good cheap AoE options. Like I'd rather just Spirit Lash. It's got lifesteal and all that. Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird one. And then lastly, we have, speaking of buffing minions like that taunt, we have the Light of the Full Moon spell for Priest. It's a 3 mana arcane spell, and this is basically can be like an infinite spell. With give a minion +3/+3, add a Light of the New Moon to your hand. And the Light of the New Moon does the exact same thing. However, it also reads, cast 3 spells to return this to your hand when played. So basically, as long as you're constantly looping 3 spells, this is a buff you could throw onto a minion whenever you want. And when you have that imbue hero power and effectively infinite spells, that's not really that hard a reality to accomplish, right? So +3/+3 for 3 is fine. It's like Blessing of Kings, 1 less mana, but you get 1 less on each stat line. It's perfectly respectable. And again, it's something you can constantly apply to your minions, and just like, it's hard to stick minions and control priests, and it doesn't work that well. So maybe it's a whole different style of archetype. It's not the worst. It's like the extra hands card or whatever, a little bit, the 2-mana 2/2 that would give you 1 in your hand. They eventually nerfed it to 3, and this is kind of in line with that. It's actually way better than that. So you always get the second buff at least, right? You always get at least 2 copies of this card. I'm not going to scoff at it. I think it's got a shot. I think it's a pretty cool card, and it works really well with Imbue because you're always generating spells. So I'll give it a 3. It's a 3-mana spell that gives +3/+3. It's a 3-star card. In Wild, I'll give it a 2, although Radiant... wait, no, they nerfed Radiant Elemental, so yeah, that whole Inner Fire thing's kind of gone now, but maybe in Wild, you could do some buff shenanigans, but probably not making the cut there, so we will give it a 2. But overall, Priest and Warrior got stuff. I don't know if it's good enough, but they got some cards, and yeah, we got one more review. I believe it's coming in like 2 hours or so, so stay tuned. We have 1 legendary left, and we have all the Warlock cards left, so we'll finally be done, and we can see what's gonna break Hearthstone. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.